everyone. It's Heels here with Red Boots and Heels. I'm so glad you joined me. Oh man, there's so much going on in this world. But first and foremost, how are you? How is everybody out there? I hope that 2023 is being a blessed one so far for you out there. I know that you're keeping up with the news, and I know that you've been just reeling over and over about all this crazy classified documents. I mean, the same here with Boots and I. We talk about it almost on a daily, and it's just crazy because this has been going into our airwaves now, news sources for weeks about classified documents, and we're a little bit behind the time because, you know, just as soon as something is making a lot of news, then something else comes along, and then that becomes not so big, and then we move on to something else, and that's just the way of it. But I will say with these classified documents that, you know, there's no difference in change of view with Boots and I. We think it's ridiculous. We've said it over and over again, and all of our viewing audience knows that we think that this administration is ridiculous, and that a lot of things that they do is just way out there, and certainly keeping classified documents all over the place is probably not a great idea. We look at the differences, the way that Trump was treated at Mar-a-Lago and the raid there. And we do see quite the difference between the Biden and the Biden administration and how it's being handled there and how it was handled then. But anyway, never mind, because that's old news. And now let's just go to the new news. Oh, you know, the balloon. You know, the balloon, the Chinese weather balloon that just sort of meandered off course and, you know, is floating across the United States for several days before it's shot down over the coast of South Carolina. Yeah, that balloon. You know, that balloon that now the Chinese is very upset about because we shot it down. I mean, China, where's your poker face? Where's your poker face, China? I mean, you don't have a very good poker face because you're pissed off. You're mad that we shot down your little weather balloon, okay? I mean, seriously, if it's just a weather balloon that meandered off course, why would you be so angry about that? It is in our airspace. It's in America's airspace over our country. Who knows what was in it? There's even suspicion that it had explosives in it so that it could self-destruct, I guess, upon a button, I guess. I don't have any idea, but, you know, that's also very suspicious. All I know is that it was like a gazillion feet tall and weighed over 2,000 pounds, and they're still trying to retrieve the debris from this would-be weather balloon, okay, off the coast of South Carolina as we speak. I have a question. $850 billion in defense budget, and we can't detect a weather balloon or a Chinese spy balloon. We don't even know it's there. So yeah, so even though it's making a lot of news, let's not forget the other news in Texas. I salute you, Texas. I salute you, Governor Abbott, for, you know, starting to build the infrastructure of the wall, the border wall, yourself, because this administration has, and all the bazillions of dollars that's left our country, didn't seem it fit or seem to believe that it's crisis enough in order to put up, you know, a border wall to border our country. So, yeah, let's take a look at that for a moment. Okay, so right now on Capitol Hill, of course, we have the hearing going on that for the first time, border agents have been able to speak out about the problem at the border, and all kinds of insight is coming out about that at this point now. And John Molden, our chief Border Patrol agent, says they seized over 700 pounds of fentanyl last year. Okay, 700 pounds at the border. And I quote him. He says, that's enough to kill everyone in Arizona times 21. 21 times. Yeah, that was his quote. And he also says that's over half the population of the United States. My God. You know, so people get a little upset sometimes when I say that we have a invasion. Okay, we have a foreign invasion at our border. I'm not talking about the poor migrant people who are fleeing a country, you know, to try to come and try to figure out a better life for themselves or to try to make their way here, even though that's not legal, obviously. But, you know, this is a foreign invasion on our country because I call it a foreign invasion because it's with intent to do us harm. You don't think 700 pounds of fentanyl is intent to do us harm? I mean, it's killing Americans, people. So yeah, so anyway, I'm really happy to hear that on Capitol Hill, they have finally, the Border Patrol agents are finally having a chance, an opportunity to speak. Now, I don't know how much they're going to get to speak, but this stuff is coming to light, and hopefully Americans are paying attention because, yes, there's lots of other news, but this is still one of the primary things and focuses that I have is what's happening at our border. Because when the snowball is kicked all the way down the hill, it keeps picking up debris as it goes. And this is the aftermath of that is a lot of dead Americans because it is being allowed. We just wanted to get your thoughts on these subjects. You know, make sure that you comment below and let us know what you think and how you feel. Never a dull minute in our feed, it seems. And so we're glad that you join us, and we're glad that you have this discussion with us. You know, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Although I will have to say we've been getting some censorship there and strike against us. Apparently, what Boots and I have to discuss, two little women from Arkansas, seems to rub people the wrong way. So, you know, we do sometimes get a little bit of a problem with that. So we do the best that we can to try to stay afloat here and bring this information to you and have these conversations with you. But on the other hand, you know, it's no different on a bigger scale what's happening with things like DirecTV, who has now basically done away with Newsmax, which is, you know, again, they are attacking conservative stations. I mean, it was owned last year and now it's Newsmax this year. And I've been a DirecTV customer for plus 20 some odd years, probably closer to 25 years. And I put in my call. I am done with having them tell me. They choose for us what we can receive. And that is what's wrong with our country right now, is people are falling for it. They're drinking the Kool-Aid, and they're not getting choices. If you keep depleting those choices, pretty soon the only source we have is obviously not the right sources. So I've already made my call to DirecTV after being a customer for 25 plus years, and I'm not going to be a customer anymore. I say done with censorship, done with that. I'll be looking into some other platforms as well. We try to bring it to you here on Facebook and on YouTube. You know, but I don't know how much longer that's even going to work because of the censorship that's going on. So anyway, we love you out there. We certainly are glad that we put this together and that we're able to have these conversations for as long as we can have them. Tell us what you think. And for now, I'm just going to say so long. God bless you and God bless America. Bye-bye.